Hey, this is Charles. Today I'm going to go over my Iki.AI review. This is a productivity tool on AppSumo that's being sold for $49 for a one-time fee. And it is supposed to be a suitable alternative to Evernote as well as Notion. And what you can see here is that it allows you to create your digital library and use an AI copilot to do some research and also to create content. And looking here, you could connect it with a wide variety of data sources, whether it's utilizing PDFs, URLs, Figma design files, even files from Dropbox and Notion. So there are a lot of types of data that you could bring into it and then ask questions and then generate content. And what you'll see here are some of the screenshots. You could dump in information, ask it questions, you could also use workers. It says soon, so I believe it's coming soon. So here's an example. You go ahead and upload a PDF textbook, and then you go ahead and ask it to come up with, like, let's say 10 ideas for different essays. And then out of one of those ideas, you could say, go ahead and create an outline for a 2,500 word article. Go ahead and create the article. Then go ahead and create a short form tweet, like an x.com post, a Facebook long form post, and then create, like, let's say an audio script. And then from that audio script, go ahead and use that to create a YouTube description and then some relevant hashtags and then a very good hook and title for a YouTube video. So those are all different steps that could be potentially part of a workflow, and that can be all automated just by bringing in that first piece of content, like let's say that PDF or textbook, whatever you want to bring into the system. So that is a potential workflow. You could also share this knowledge base with a team and with some peers, and then also utilize this knowledge base to generate a lot of content and brainstorm. So a lot of cool functionality, especially just for $49. And then I'll show you the prices right now, the plans, because I think it's a pretty good deal for people that want to be early adopters with some risk. And so for $49, you have 200 AI Copilot requests per month. And then if you take the tier 2, then it has unlimited Copilot requests per month. So if I was to invest in it, of course, for me, I would like the unlimited, as well as 40 hours of video transcripts. So that's actually pretty huge, 40 hours. So what that means is that, like, let's say that you're looking at YouTube videos that are roughly 10 minutes. That means that you could bring in well over 200 plus videos into the system per a month for video transcripts. So that is actually a lot of content. And what I did here is that I was looking at where they're from. They're in Delaware. For me, I personally don't always believe this. Delaware is a very popular place to set up corporations. And then there are companies, especially from abroad, that will set up some companies, corporations here in the US. And then a bunch of reviews. And so what I found here is that there's an overall review of 3.7. So let's go ahead and explore that. What I really wanted to do for you is to actually look into the account and provide you with a demo. However, I got hit with this. So with a free trial, it's asking for my credit card number. So with a 3.7 score here on AppSumo, I just wasn't willing to put in my credit card number. So I'm going to show you something special here. I'm going to be using NotebookLM. This is a tool from Google. If you go to notebooklm.google.com, it has similar functionality to Iki.AI. And probably the biggest reason why I would choose Iki.AI, actually two big reasons. First of all, it actually has similar functionality to Evernote. So you go ahead and bring in notes from websites. And then it also has workflows. So if you want to create advanced workflows in the future, which this is saying that it's coming soon, then this is something that can help you out in doing a lot of like automated tasks. So if you feel that you want to take that risk for a product that has a 3.7 review and is being sold starting at $49, that is something, if you want to be an early adopter, then that choice is yours. Keep in mind, that there are a lot of solutions on AppSumo. They're providing lifetime deals because they're just starting up. They're starting up, whether they're trying to get feedback, they're trying to get some more money to reinvest in their company to grow it faster, just trying to get more feedback to improve the solution and get a lot of the information, like let's say bug reports, so they could fix those. That's what a lot of companies do. So what I'm seeing here is that there are bugs now, but there's a chance that they could actually resolve those bugs over time, and that's what they've been actively doing. So what I'm going to show you is how I could bring in data into NotebookLM to give you just like a quick pros and cons review here. So let's just go ahead and put in a link and see if it's able to provide me with a summary. And it says no. I think it depends if AppSumo is blocking the request or not. Let's try it one more time. And if it doesn't work, I'll do something else. Okay, it brought it in that time. So let me delete that red one and then look at the summary. It says Iki.AI is a lifetime access digital library and AI research assistant offered through AppSumo. By the way, with Iki.AI, with many AppSumo deals, they do have AI summary here. But what I like to do is look at it from outside of AppSumo just because I feel that it's a little bit biased. And so it says it allows you to import various files, build collections, and utilize an AI copilot for tasks like summarization and question answering. It also offers the 3 pricing tiers. And then it says the platform boasts seamless integration with popular cloud platforms. It has a 60-day money-back guarantee and a bunch more. So also mentions some minor UI issues. So what I'm going to do is ask it to list the cons, and then I'll go into pros after that. Some users have reported issues with the user interface and reported occasional bugs. Let me do something really quick. So what I've done is I've copied and pasted the reviews here. I'm going to put this into Notebook, and it might not have been able to parse that data, so I'll go ahead and just put it in manually. I'll paste the review. The reviews also have the replies from the company, and then I'll look into that. And let's try again. List the cons. And I'll go over the top ones first, probably like the top 5. Okay, misleading promises and undisclosed limitations. Says users report being assured that the platform could manage significant volumes of records, intending to upload 18,000 URL records. That's a lot. I think any user that is trying to bring in 18,000 URLs into a system, they are really maximizing the usage of the system. That's a very non-typical user. And then it says a newly implemented limit of 2,000 records per month. So some people were disappointed with that. So one of the things that I realize that with a lot of companies that offer unlimited or a large capability is that they do have something called a fair use policy. To me, bringing in 18,000 URLs into the system, trying to have it read that much in whether it's a day or hours or whatever, that is actually very excessive. The people that utilize this, they might be very bothered with this because they might think that the company ever never mentioned that. But most tools, especially with lifetime deals, they do have a fair use policy. And this one is way beyond typical usage. So I'll just mention that that's my personal opinion. Poorly designed support system. It says that people are dissatisfied because they are using Discord chat. So for me, I think it's okay to use Discord. If a company wants to utilize a Discord server to provide a two-way discussion, to me, there's nothing wrong with that. But some people might think that they're not being extremely transparent. So for me, like I'm thinking about whether they use it on Facebook, whether they go through school.com or some other two-way collaborative environment, somebody could say that in any case. So I'm not really sure what kind of transparency somebody is seeking. I think that some people might think that Discord is in a similar situation like Telegram, where it could be extremely faceless, and people don't have to provide much details about their personal life and all that stuff. But to me, it's like that's okay as long as they're providing support. That's my personal opinion. Unfulfilled commitments and lack of accountability. Recurring theme in negative reviews and the disparity between promises. So what I'm hearing here or seeing here is the company is possibly overcommitting and under delivering. I'm getting the feeling that they're a very small company, just like many, they're startups. So they may not be able to fix bugs as fast as people want, which goes to the next part. Unreliable functionality and bugs. Several users reported experiencing technical glitches, inconsistencies. I'm actually a very big customer of AppSumo across many items, across many years. And for startup companies, unfortunately, they are offering it at a very low cost to improve it over time. And many of these companies are not 100% solid, but of course, some have way better reviews than others. So it's not as polished as a system that should be, like, let's say, production and enterprise ready. And then I'll read this last one. Limited save options and inaccurate search functionality. Users found limitations in Iki.AI's ability to handle diverse content types and accurately retrieve information. One user experienced difficulties uploading video content, while others noted issues with saving Twitter links. So if you have ever gone to x.com and many new user platforms, you'll keep on scrolling and then it will auto refresh, and it's kind of like a endless scroll. So if you are expecting to have all of the data just from scrolling and seeing all that data in it, most of that data is dynamic and does not typically get pulled in by a lot of these systems. Even on NotebookLM, I showed you how I brought in the URL from AppSumo, and the data it read was very limited compared to me copying and pasting the content. And the way that these servers work is that if you are not scrolling down, it's not going to fetch the entire web page, and that actually helps with bandwidth. You know, the company they have a software or designed it in a way to help boost performance, so it doesn't show all the details just by accessing the URL. You have to keep on scrolling for it to actually get more data. So I could see that happening in a lot of these systems that use, especially JavaScript and all. So to me, that's actually common. But for YouTube, I would say that YouTube transcripts, it's actually an issue across many third-party systems. YouTube is being hit by a lot of bots, especially for AI scraping. And so there are solutions for that, like let's say using proxies, using different server IPs and all that. But this is actually a very common problem I've seen across various apps. And I could see that companies that have more money can invest in more IP diversity to be able to help with this issue. However, startups, it could be a challenge. And so what happens is that once a person experiences difficulty in retrieving, like let's say YouTube transcripts, then YouTube will block for a small amount of time. And after that time elapses, then people are able to use it again. And it kind of goes through this endless cycle until the company increases the amount of IPs or servers. So that's kind of technical, but I just want to let you know that that is actually a very common problem amongst smaller companies. So a lot of issues here. So let me just go ahead and talk about the top 5 pros. Okay, here. Okay, AI-powered Copilot research. Pretty much similar functionality to what I'm doing here in NotebookLM. and digital library building. Just like in NotebookLM, I could go ahead and save to the note to kind of build up my own digital library in here, kind of like my own notebook. Seamless integration. So this is something that NotebookLM doesn't have. It doesn't have the ability to fetch from other sources easily outside of Google Drive for cloud resources, cloud storage sources. So this can pull in data from Dropbox and Notion. And then this allows you to share, but also if you look at the top right of NotebookLM, you could share too to other users. AI-powered summarization and notes editor. This right here, I could get all this information, but I can't easily edit it. So let's go ahead and save this to a note. And then let's go ahead and go into this note. And then I could go in it, but it doesn't let me edit it. It says saved responses are for view only, and then I could go ahead and delete them. So that is actually something that is different than NotebookLM, where you could easily use this kind of like Notion, and you could go ahead and edit the notes as well. So I would say that editing notes is a very big benefit. Being able to save URLs, web pages, kind of like Evernote, that's actually a very big benefit. And then being able to utilize this part, which is agent workflows, where you can actually have a string of tasks automatically performed, which is going to be coming out in the future. That would be a big benefit. So if you do find all that to be worth it for $49, and if you are open to considering this offer, even with some of its faults, for the hope that the company will improve it down the road, which it is actually actively doing, this is something that can be beneficial to you if you are looking into this type of automation and note-taking capability, as well as being able to pull data from different cloud storage systems. So if you are interested in Iki.AI, I would highly recommend getting the unlimited. It's for $139. It's of course your choice, but I think that having unlimited is way better than just being limited to 200, depending if you are a power user, but if you decide to later on hire additional people, this second plan offers 3 users, and then with tier 3 up to 5 users. And you could also have a higher limit of video transcriptions. Think about this, 40 hours versus 5 hours. So 40 hours will give you roughly about access to over 200 videos that are roughly about 10 minutes long. So a lot of power in this tier 2 plan. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to offer you a link in my description for this if you are interested, as well as something that I call the passive income framework. If you are interested in learning how to make money online, especially through YouTube videos, make sure that you click on that link in the description. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.